Okay, so you've created a new note in ScriptoriumGM for your campaign, but you want to make sure your assistant knows this note so that it can use it for creating more information and helping you build out your campaign from there. It's as easy as going over to the sidebar and clicking on the Teach button. This will teach this note specifically to your assistant, and then it will be able to access that information anytime you send a chat. So you've got some notes in your ScriptoriumGM campaign. The next thing you want to do is make sure that your campaign assistant can draw directly from your source materials. Maybe this is some GM manuals or a specific campaign document that you need to use. It's easy. You can just drag and drop directly onto the screen from anywhere on your PC. And that will upload your campaign information directly into the system. Let me show you how you can keep your campaign notes in sync and connected. So it's really easy to know how and where things relate to each other. All right, so I've got a couple of NPCs that are security for my location, Frost Peak Vault. To link those NPCs through, it's as easy as dragging your note directly from the campaign knowledge base. That way, next time I'm looking at the Frost Peak Vault, I know exactly which NPCs in my campaign knowledge are part of the security. Clicking on that will take me directly to that note as well. It's very easy to drag and drop any specific notes through to the assistant, and you know that it's going to be part of the context when you're asking any questions. Let's make more, or rather, let's add more detail to the captain. Great. Now you can see clearly it's using those notes and it knows exactly what you're talking about. It's added some comprehensive extra details that I can take and add to my captain. You've created a note for one of your NPCs or any other information about your campaign. You want to make sure that your campaign assistant is able to reference this note whenever you're asking questions to keep building your campaign. As soon as you've got a note, it's very easy to teach all that information directly to your campaign assistant by clicking on the Teach button in the knowledge base. As soon as that's complete, you'll have the knowledge that all of the learned notes are accessible by your campaign assistant, and they'll be used as part of your discussions. You've added a lot of information to your campaign, but now you want to make sure it's a little bit more organized. Let's create a couple of folders and organize our campaign notes and source material. One, I'm going to create one called NPCs. I've got a couple of NPCs in my campaign knowledge, so I'm going to drag each of these over into the folder. That way, I know exactly where all my NPCs are, and I can organize my campaign a little bit more. All right, I've got my Frost Peak Vault location. Let's also add a locations folder. And I'm going to move that note into there. Fantastic. A much more neat and organized folder. It's also easy to create subcategories, maybe bad NPCs. And I think the bank owner fits very well in that category. So it's very easy to continue to organize and make subcategories for every aspect of your campaign, with the knowledge that all of the information will be directly accessible to your campaign assistant. When you've got your knowledge base set up and all of your different notes, you might want to customize it a little bit. That's why we've added features that allow you to change any icon of any note in the system. You can either change this in bulk by changing the folder itself, and that will change the icons directly. Or you might actually just want to change it one at a time. Very easy then to very quickly scan all of your notes and make sure you know exactly what type of note they are just from looking. Now I can build out my campaign from here directly and create as many notes as I want. And as soon as I need to switch for a different campaign, it's easy from the campaign selecting on the side. I can now switch between my one-shot campaign or my ongoing Curse of Strahd campaign. As soon as you're ready to launch your campaign, you can also do this and activate it directly from the sidebar. You can have as many campaigns as you want, and each campaign's knowledge base is a completely isolated section of documents. So every campaign has its own assistant with all the campaign documents and knowledge necessary. It's also possible to change complete systems and store any campaigns within a different system. For example, if I want to switch to one of my Call of Cthulhu campaigns, I can very quickly do that. It allows me to look at different one-shots I've created for each system, or different campaigns that I'm running at the same time for every system that I've activated in ScriptoriumGM.